Hello everybody, I'm here, Lydia Gable with Compass, here every month at the top of the month with your March monthly update. And before I get started about the facts in general, I just wanted to share, I'm getting a lot of phone calls. A lot of buyers and sellers are calling about what's going on in the market. And there seems to be a lot of headlines out there. And there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of questions about the tariffs and the stock market and will there be a recession. And I just wanted to share some information because I do believe knowledge is power that'll help you stay informed. So first of all, if we do go into a recession, the graph will show you that over the last 6 recessions that home prices are actually rising. There's only one time that it really fell, which was in 2008, which was driven by the house markets. It was driven by real estate with all of the loans and the loans defaulting. So that was the only time that during a recession that home prices fell down. So that's super important that if we do enter a recession, it doesn't necessarily mean home prices are going to fall. Number two, homeowners are sitting on a massive amount of equity. In fact, 39% of homeowners own their home free and clear, and 29% own equity more than 50% of their value in the home. So again, that's a lot of equity that people are sitting on. So if they do get into trouble, they do have an opportunity to sell their home. So again, massive amount of equity in their home. And number three, 82% of homeowners have interest rates below 6%. So again, a lot of homeowners are sitting on pretty low interest rates that their monthly affordability, God forbid they should lose their job or something should happen, their monthly payment will hopefully be allowed to stay them in their homes because rent prices are still high. So again, there's a lot of noise out there, and what we're seeing is those buyers are moving for life incidents. So they're moving for their jobs or babies or divorces or deaths or marriage. There's lifestyle that is still making buyers move. And we're seeing still open houses that are very busy, multiple offers. And so in fact, interest rates are the lowest they've been in 6 months. So even though there's all this noise out there, there's a lot of buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to go down, and they're actually entering the market. So I know you're reading a lot of headlines. I know it's scary out there, but more importantly, you have to look at the knowledge, look at the information that's local to your market, and then make the decisions that's best for you. So, of course, if you have any questions, we're always here to answer any questions you have. But now let's get back into what's happening in the market, specifically in Conejo Valley. Now, inventory is up, and the good news is there's a lot of choices out there for buyers. In fact, it's 343 homes on the market, which is 70% more than last year. So you're feeling that there's a lot of inventory on the market. And the good news is buyers, there's lots of choices for you. But I do want to point out it's not crazy inventory. You can see from the graph here in 2017, 18, and 19, inventory was twice as high as it is right now. So it's really important to keep everything in perspective. This is not bad news. This is great news. There's more options. Homes under contract, it's actually up from last year. 187 homes went under contract, which is a 5% year-over-year increase. Again, buyers are starting to have choices, and they're coming off the fence, and they're making great choices. Homes sold, we're down just 2% from last year, relatively flat. 143 homes closed escrow in the month of March. So basically, the same amount of homes are selling as did last year. Days on market, maybe taking a little bit longer. Maybe buyers have more choices. We're at 52 days on market, which is just 2 more days longer than last year. Again, buyers have a little bit more choice. They can take a little bit more time. So the good news is this is a great time for a buyer. And the great news, most importantly for sellers and for buyers, is our median price home is relatively unchanged. Median price in Conejo Valley is $1,175,000, which is basically flat to last year. So we're not seeing prices fall, we're not seeing prices increase, we're basically seeing prices staying relatively flat. So the good news is if you're a buyer, there's some great choices for you out there, and it's a great time to get in the market. Interest rates are the lowest they've been, and if you're a seller, it's a great time to put your home on the market because there's great demand out there and you still have a lot of equity in your home. So as always, we're here to answer any questions that you have, and we wish you a great April.